Okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Testicles, 1, 2, 3, that is all. That is all. Do, 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 do. Do. Okay. Alright. Alright. Get going here. And alright. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I think I am ready to go. I think we're ready. Okay, yep, we're ready to go. Yeah, what am I doing today here? So I downloaded a new version of a writer just a second ago, and they said they were welcoming Junie to writer, which I guess is their AI coding agent, which there's also this one. So I don't know how they differ. They're probably backed by the same thing, maybe just a different interface. I think this one is more agentic, so it can actually, it's been running commands and stuff, which is nice. And actually, yeah, okay, run command right here. Oh, you guys probably can't see it. Can I pop this over to a different window, maybe? Yeah, put that over there. Okay, that's a tiny window. That's a tiny window for it. That's not, we put that up here. There we go, yeah. So yeah, it said, what did it say? This, like, it gave me this build command here, which maybe you guys still can't kind of see, but it was like, hey, I want to run this command. And I was like, okay. So yeah, I was just giving this a little testy test. And I was just saying, hey, go through and figure out all my, everywhere where I can do a forward declaration. Because that's a refactor that I've been meaning to do. To speed up build times, potentially. So this is exactly the kind of thing that I would love AI to be good at. And honestly, it seems like it's doing a pretty good job so far. It built successfully, but because this is the second time I've ran it. So what's nice about this is that it seems to not need context. That is nice. Welcome in, guys. Impulsy, Nerdy. Hello. Good morning. I subbed. Thank you for your sub. Welcome in. Yeah, I was just saying I'm giving, this is a writer apparently has like a new coding agent in it, so I was giving it a little test. And I will say immediately the things I like, the UI is quite nice. I will say it's a lot better than Copilot, which I don't use that much, but this is just kind of bland, you know. You can tell Copilot probably doesn't care about their writer plugin very much, or their JetBrains plugin. But I will say also, I didn't need to add context to this, which that's like the worst fucking part, right? Oh, look at this little UI. That's nice. Oh, and you can show the changes. That's nice. That is nice. Now, I have found in the past, JetBrains' AI has not been the greatest, like with autocompletes and stuff like that. And I had to run this command twice. I had to run it twice, and it did more, so it's not. It didn't get everything, and I'm gonna guess I could run it a third time, and it would probably do even more forward declaration stuff. Which is fine. I mean, for not having any context and just doing it throughout the whole code base and just finding things to do, pretty nice, honestly. Pretty nice. I don't understand any of this. That's okay. You don't have to. I'm going to be doing some game dev today. We're working in Unreal Engine, C++, And I'm working on an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain. So I can show that here in a second once we boot up here. But today I think I'm going to work more on, one of the last things I did was Voxel stockpiles. I think that was one of the last things I did on stream. And so we can, before that, we could take items from our inventory, drag them into the world, and then they would drop the item in the world. That's what we worked on. And that was pretty satisfying. But now we can actually do it in Voxel stockpiles that are like designated by the player. And so the colonists can actually put stuff in there. And I guess that's what we'll be working on today, is the colonists actually putting stuff in there. Because right now we've only done the player having the ability to put stuff in there. Oh yeah, and then we were having issues with the stacking wasn't working properly. So we should probably get that fixed first. Here's the procedural terrain. Somewhat of a boring seed, somewhat. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so here's the world. And so here's one of these so-called voxel stockpiles, right? And apparently I do have a slope filter in place here. You can see me like my debug drawings there. Apparently I do have somewhat of a slope filter, which let me try to like start up there and then we'll go all the way down here. I still need to do the performance improvements for it. Let's start splitting up our, dude, I'm really getting annoyed with this drag and drop. The built-in drag drop targets don't work that great, I'll be honest with you. Like the actual mouse tracking part of it. Okay, so yeah, there is some steep terrain here. Yeah, like right up in there. So I'm gonna try and drop something in there and see where it goes. Okay, that's actually perfect. That's actually, it went way up there. So it should go to like the next closest place, really. That was correct. But now I can't really get to it. Take the wood. Okay, we got the wood. Hello, what's this? What's this making a game? Yes, we are making a game. We're gonna drop into the stockpile and it kind of snaps to the nearest voxels. Hello, fragile human being. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Wait, why is it, we're not getting the rotation. Ooh, okay. Yeah, the terrain trace. Map modeling. No, it's all procedural, so I don't model this at all. I got some caves and stuff. I do debug humans. Ah, we have an AI. Yeah, it's an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain. And I guess I'm not getting an impact normal from my terrain trace hits. Not a big deal, but should be a simple fix. Give me a colonist, please. Yes. How do you know you're not the artificial one? Well, then I would ask you to define what artificial is. Okay, he's stuck on a nav island. There we go. There's our guy. Okay, I'm going to drop some stuff in the world. This is what we worked on last time, right? So first of all, you go construct the... First of all, join my colony. Welcome aboard. Now get to work. Go construct that. Will it be on Steam if it's done? Likely. Uh-oh. Are you stuck? Okay, construction's broken. Okay, it's broken for me too, actually. The heck? Why is construction broken? Is it broken for everything? No, just the chest. The chest is broken. I didn't say artificial, I said AI. Are you assuming what AI means? Wow. 2025, imagine. Someone canceled this guy. Okay, so yeah, constructing a container doesn't work. What AI means. Yeah, well, maybe if you didn't assume, you could have learned that, but now the moment's gone. Okay, so anyways, let's clear all that out. And let's hit him with a fireball just to make sure he knows. Just make sure he knows. Pop over the test level. Yeah, what happened here? This was in, the build. Oh yeah, I might have changed some building things. Where is the container? For pineapples, welcome in. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. That's why it was broken. Why didn't that pop up for me though? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't that, usually tells me when things are broken. Don't know why that's there. Should we try a new seed? Let's try a new seed. 569, 570. The tag on question friendly. Well, that was for humans. Just make sure he knows. Yeah, I know you know. I know. So this is a survival game. It'll be like kind of survival light, I think. It'll definitely have some survival elements in it, but I'm going to focus more on the RPG side of things. I think survival has kind of been done to death, but we do have like tree chopping, dynamic tree chopping, so I can chop it down low. Or I can chop it high. There we go. Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm glad we both know. If you know, you know. So we have dynamic tree chopping, and that gave me some wood. It gave me 10 wood. That actually chops like where the axe is hitting it. Not just like, predefined models. It actually like edits them at runtime. Are there any objectives or story to it? We're still working on it. Well, there's going to be a AI generated quests. I can show that real quick here. Will be AI generated quests. Give me a colonist. Okay, who do we get? Who do we get? We got Vin Silverwood. So it's a generated quest, and I'll inspect him while it's generating. So that just sent a request out to the Gemini API. Vin Silverwood is a 134-year-old male elf warlock who is curious and disorganized. Vin's curiosity often led them down unconventional paths. They had a unique way of seeing the world, often finding connections where others saw only chaos. In his adulthood, Vin's eccentric nature follows them into adulthood. Their workspace is a mess, but amidst the clutter, they weave powerful magic. So let's see what kind of quest we have here for Vin Silverwood. Let's talk to him. And I guess I'm a paladin, I guess. So he says, paladin, just what I needed. Tell me, Erlen Finch, that's my guy's name. Have you ever considered the plight of the perpetually misplaced sock? I believe the socks are being spiriting away, using the articles of clothing as fuel for their nefarious machines or as offering to their deity by pocket gnomes. I require you to confirm this hypothesis. Go to the Whispering Caves and find a pocket gnome lair. They tend to nest around lost socks, so follow the trail, find their leader, interrogate them. If my suspicions are correct, discover for what foul purpose do they steal our socks. Return to me with proof of their misdeeds, but try not to kill them if you can help it. If they're doing something with machines or emotions, then also find out this purpose and tell me of it. Why socks specifically? Why socks? Why not socks? They're ubiquitous, easily pilfered, and likely possess residual magic energy from prolonged skin contacts. Elementary, my dear paladin. Because he was disorganized. He's losing his socks, and he thinks the pocket gnomes are behind it. I know that you know, but will he know if we know you know? I mean, I think he might be beginning to understand that he doesn't know what we know. You know what I mean? Are there like classes? How many are there? I mean, I haven't gotten that far, but yeah, there will be classes. There will be classes. Now, let me actually accept that quest. Oh, the quest is gone. Never mind. Yeah, destructible terrain as well. Makes sense, I know. Yeah. Yeah. There's my destructible terrain. I know, it's beautiful, I know. It works fantastically. And it's ready to ship. We are also developing our own game. I'd like to talk to you in private if it's possible. Why private? You can talk to me right now. Because our concepts are a little bit similar. Well, good luck on your game. What are you wanting to talk to me so privately about? Nice try, hacker. Yeah, nice try. Yeah, okay, I see. I get it. Makes sense? Well, I hope this game will do great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got like a whole world here, you know. So, oh, I messed up. There we go. Void Spire Abyss is the zone that we're in. Next to Starvale Isles. Emberstorm Hollow. The King's Throne Room of Power, which is a great zone name, you know. Sable Coast. What else? Briarwood Thicket, that's a nice name. Emberglow Basin. The Forgotten Graveyard. Frostglow Bastion. Quicksand Desert. Phantom Glow Abyss. Grimstone Divide. Yeah, so it's a big world, lots of zones. I was bored today also, and I might have made a payload. Congrats on the payload. Actually, I want to talk with you about your concept itself. Yeah, go for it. You are free to ask whatever question you'd like. So what other concepts does it include? Yes. What kind of answer are you looking for there? King of Hell, welcome in. How's the work going? Just getting started, really. Just getting started. Payload is a virtual duplication program. Oh, I thought we were talking about like money for some reason. I don't know. Because you know survival and Colony Sim itself is not sustainable. Why? And also, I'm not going... Survival specifically is not what I'm going for. Like I said before, RPG, Colony Sim, Roguelite. Procedural terrain, destructible terrain, AI generated quests. so not grats on the payload. Got it. Okay. Sorry about the payload. So much progress from last time I saw. Good luck. I mean, this is all the same. This is the same terrain as last time. The same proc gen. I haven't touched proc gen at all. But I appreciate that. Elliot, welcome in. Good morning. Mine's a back door. Hot. Back doors are so hot. So hot right now. Why don't do VFX animation? Well, because that takes time. I know that's kind of a crazy crazy concept. Because it takes time and or money. Both of which are in short supply for me. What the fuck is the chat history? Yeah, it's interesting. It was an interesting start to the morning, yeah. You should see the YouTube chat history, Dr. Elliot. It's even more unhinged. Okay, then you are mostly focusing on RPG then, so what is the thing that makes your game different? I mean, the 3 genres in combination with each other, I don't think have ever been done before. RPG Colony Sim is already... There aren't many examples of that, right? The only one that comes to mind is like Medieval Dynasty. You know, I think there's someone mentioned a Minecraft mod as well. I'm sure there's some others I don't know about, but yeah, I'm going for something like Vanilla WoW plus RimWorld plus Hades is what I will be going for. And it'll be in this giant procedural world. And one of the things that'll make my game different is that the entire world will be running at all times. And so on the world map, I'm only generating a radius of about this big right now. But let me spawn it with all the entities so you guys can see. Let me turn on the entity spawning. We'll rerun that same seed again. So yeah, there's the proc gen. I have underground caves too. Not very many games can do that. That's a fucking massive pain in the ass, actually. Of course, no game is absolutely different, actually. Of course, yes. We all have a bit of solitaire in each of our games, you know? We all have a bit of solitaire in Pong. Okay, so we should be spawning entities here in a second. There we go, there's some. So yeah, these entities are running all the time, and it'll take a while to get them all spawned. They only spawn a few per frame. But the whole world's going to be online. I have to wait for the navigation to generate. You can see it's generating now. But what I do is, like, over here, their terrain has been generated, but it hasn't been meshed. Like, there's no mesh here. It's not just invisible. Invisible, it doesn't exist. And when I generate the terrain, like, the output from the final compute shader I run gives me, like, the vertex and index data buffers. It's just a couple of arrays, really. And I can use that data to export it to the nav mesh. And the nav mesh knows how to render that, or it knows how to, like, use that, right? I don't actually have to have the mesh. I don't actually have to have collision in order for the nav mesh to generate. The nav mesh now is completely detached from collision. I don't need a mesh for it at all. I get to save on memory in that way. And same with PCG. I wrote some of my own PCG nodes to spawn this stuff. It uses that same index and vertex data buffers, which define the triangles of the terrain. I store those buffers in a spatial data structure, like a bounding volume hierarchy. And that allows me to very efficiently query through it for line traces and collisions. And so the PCG node takes that data, does line traces, and figures out where the caves are going to be, even though there's no mesh there, no collision. Because usually you need collision for PCG to generate the points and to put the points on, you know, some sort of object or something, right? So now I don't need collision at all. So I'm saving memory on the collision. I'm saving memory on the mesh itself. A little bit of duplication for the spatial data structure, but it's worth it for what I get. And so that's how I will have the procedural terrain generated for the entire world, right? As I'll be doing it like this. So it won't actually exist as a mesh, but it will exist as data. And I can show you that. Hopefully the nav mesh seems to have stopped, which I can fix real quick. There you go. So there's the nav mesh fully generated now. And it knows where the terrain's going to be. So when I walk over here, it'll build the mesh, you know, but there are entities out here moving around in memory. You can't see them. I wrote my own ECS system. So there's all these guys over here. Like, I turn around. They're not there anymore. They've been occluded, right? They've been frustum culled. So yet again, another. Now they're all just like entirely running on the background threads. All of their state trees are taking on the background threads. Basically, everything can happen on the background thread except for combat, because I'm using gas, and I'll have a word with gas eventually. I'll have a word with gas eventually. We got a little bit of combat. Oh, I'm out of mana. Shit. There we go. So yeah, that's a little bit about the world. Let me catch up on chat here. And then my drawing is making it makes it different. Thank you. Thank you. Was it gonna make it like PvP, or like would there be a PvP feature in the game? Well, I hope it to be, you know, just like, you know, something like Minecraft or Valheim. You know, you start up a server with your friends and you can just kind of like do whatever setting you want, right? You can turn on friendly fire if you'd like. Let me go eat waffles with strawberry jam. Hey, have a good waffles, man. I just added Frustum culling to Lumina. Ah, yes, the hot and up-and-coming engine, Lumina. Yeah, there's more entities and stuff. Oh god. What was that physics? That was interesting. Hello, sir. Let's see how many entities we have spawned. Where's my vlogger? It's so laggy when I run the vlogger. Not that many. Usually I get like 2K, but now I only got 1,000 spawned here. And we're rocking like 70 FPS in editors, so yeah, I think we're doing pretty okay on that front. I'm pretty sure it's probably a lot of it's probably slate. Yeah, we got like 12 ms draw thread. Yeah, the game thread's a little hitchy. It's a little hitchy in editor. 16, 17, 18 ms. So yeah, there's a little bit about the game. I, however, am going to get to work. And to get to work, we need a test level, so I don't have to generate the terrain every time. I think what I'm going to work on is I need to fix the stacking for the voxel stockpiles. So let's go to, where's my hump at? There's my hump. Okay. So there's a stockpile. Let's make it pink. Perfect. Perfect. So let's get some items here. God, I fucking hate this drag and drop, man. It like doesn't detect the hovers on ones that are nearby all the time. Okay, so I can drop things just on the ground. Pick that back up. I can drop it and it'll snap to the voxels. Wait, is the rotation all messed up now? That rotation is not correct. What happened? What happened? Oh my god, what happened? I didn't change anything. Okay, building area. Let's take a peek. Store item in area. I guess at this point we would have already gotten the hit result, right? Yeah. Which that would have the rotation on it. Do quaternion. Yeah, I mean, we're just doing it the same way as always. Equal to impact normal for line tests. I mean, yeah, so I don't think that's going to make a difference. I think impact normal just makes more sense conceptually, though. World item instance transform. Yeah, I don't do anything with the rotation there. I just pass it straight forward. Where was I doing that? Let's hang on, let me commit the forward declaration changes. Little concerning that I have so many people that are so interested in creating malicious software. Little concerning, I'll be honest. I hope it's for recreational purposes only. Come on, there we go. Jesus Christ. Okay, time to draw. This was working, and so I don't know what the hell changed. All right, let's draw that rotation, I guess. Direction, get safe, normal. Okay. Do like 100. All right. Where's my arrow? Oh, I see. I think. First of all, my arrow never got drawn. Right, because I'm doing it on the wrong one. That does make sense, yes. That does make sense. But I guess the hit's actually happening on the Voxel. Yeah, so we're getting the rotation is being gotten from the Voxel. Drop item in area. So I need to actually do the... I thought I did that somewhere. When I was doing the Voxel. Storage Voxel trace or something like that, right? Yeah, Voxel storage trace. Where we used that? Okay, so I'm using that to pick up the item. I think I also need to use it to set down the... How is my rotation working before? I did have it working at some point. Yeah, so that's not gonna work. Drop item in area. We have the transform. Oh, I have the Voxel. Oh, that's the Voxel rotation. So we actually want the underlying... We need to add the underlying... what was it? Get all storage spots. Voxel transforms. I am setting the voxel rotation to the hit result normal. Why is that not working anymore? Yeah, that should be that rotation. Direction. Arrow size, thickness, duration, color, yeah, all that stuff. All right. That's the rotation we got. So yeah, we are slightly cattywampus, aren't we? I mean, I think if it was rotated, I think it would be fine. Area. Oh, I need to actually click on the ISM to, yeah, that'll help look at the instances. Okay. I feel like it should be like that. Yeah, that's the proper, yeah. Okay, so I shouldn't be doing the -90 anymore, question mark? Why was that necessary before? I'm not even going to attempt to say that name, but thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Live coding, hello please. I sent you my payload, please respond. Okay, give me back the wood. Okay, that does look right now. Why was the -90 necessary before? So I remember I was doing that on stream. Yeah, okay. Yeah, now the rotations are working. There we go. There we go. Okay, so let's get the stacking working correctly. So wood only stacks up to 20. It only stacks up to 20. Now I'm a developer, so that I've made it, I've given myself higher than normal. Burnt pineapples, you have said that you're going to go like 3 times now. Your waffles are getting cold. That went, oh, does it still think there's one there? It does. Okay, so that's broken too. Yeah, that's why it's putting it in the... Okay. Okay, word. Okay, so it's not... Also, when we pick up, we don't remove it from the storage stuff. Which will be on interact. Interact. I don't know where I'm going. Interact. There it is. Oh, but it'll actually be... It's gonna forward it to the, yeah, the interact with. Okay, let's go to the, world item. Do I have an interact here? I do, okay. Yeah, so here... Yeah, I'm not removing from the storage. I'm just removing from the, ISM. So yeah, if interact happens there... What do I want to do here? We pop the instance item. Yeah, so I need to just... I shouldn't call this if is interactable as false. I guess we do that just in case. Okay, so give me the area building data. Remove. I need the vector here, huh? I need the vector. So interact on the area. Yeah. If interact action. How am I gonna get that vector for the voxel? As we build, this should be being built in the interaction trace, right? Oh yeah, we're getting rid of that. We're no longer doing that. Update interaction. Yeah, make interact action from hit result. Here we go. So if it's a building, wait a second. Yeah, so it will be a building. Right, we interact with the building. That gets us here. Interact action. Wait, how does it become an ISMC action then? Where does that happen at? Dude, I've forgotten everything that I've done. Oh right, the get interact action overrides it on the building, which is here. Yeah. Right. Okay, so from here I think I can use the move to on the payload as like a, you know, just a little payload for the payload being the word of the day for the basically the voxel location, right? Which I am going to do the voxel storage trace, get instance transform. Yeah, so the location off of that is what we want. So put that on the move to location. Actually, can I? I don't know if I can. Get interact action. Put it on, I would be putting it on the move to location. Let me see, is there a better way to do this? Maybe I need an area interact action that might be a little more verbose, rather than reusing some existing variables for not their intended purpose. And then where was the, where are my interact utils? There they are. So I could do that, and then I could put the voxel location there. But I mean, if I have the instance information for the ISM, I should be able to... Yeah, I should just be able to get it, right? Well, no, because they're all like dynamically added and shit. But I mean, it should be on here, right? So we should be able to go... Should be able to do this. Git interact with object, which is self. Well, it's not. It's the ISMC on self. So cast to ISMC. Instanced. To my instanced static mesh component. Interact action. I need to cast this, don't I? Do ISMC action. Did I already cast? Yeah, we already have that. Oh god. So git instance ID. Git instance transform. Oh my god, I don't have a blueprintable by ID one. What happened to that? What happened to that? It's not blueprintable. Get custom data for... Might as well they just make all of these blueprintable. Fuck it. Okay. They've all... Rebuild. Okay. Alright, chat. What's going on? Are the hackers gone? What are these diagrams? I assume you mean the noodles. Those are the blueprints. That's Unreal Engine's visual scripting language. Is that a game? Yes. Yes. I am doing some game dev. I ate them. Also, that normal for me if you know me. Anyways, bye. Are you enjoying UE5? Answer is always yes and no. I think if you're fully enjoying anything that you're programming in, you just haven't been doing it long enough. I don't think a programmer can ever be fully happy, I'll be honest. With the tools that they're given. I'll always find something to complain about. Bro, that one of those guys deleted all of his comments. One of the hacker guys. Sketchy. Anyways. Okay, get instance transform by ID. World space, yes. Okay, so now we just have this here. Let's, can I split that? Nice. Nice. So there's our location right there. So we turns out we have all the information we need. It's a little messy. A little messy here. How long have I been making games in UE5? About going on 3 years now almost. Like 2.75. And this is the only game I've made. I haven't made any games. Okay, that's a little prettier. The noodles, they must be tamed. Okay. So now that should actually remove it. Go back. I gotta go back to the hump. Back to the hump. Okay. Give me a bunch of wood. God damn it, I fucking hate the fucking drag and drop. Okay, put one right there. What is that fucking rotation? Bruh. Pick up the wood. Drop it at that same location. Fuck. Okay, it didn't work. This is a ref, right? Let me breakpoint that. Gives me some wow. Well, you're welcome for the wow, my dude. Wait, we're not even getting there. Hello, please. What? Oh dear. Yep, I compiled blueprints at runtime. I'm sorry, Tim. Okay. Can I actually hit my breakpoints now, please? Okay, back to the hump. Okay, I don't need much. Dude, the rotation's wrong. Okay, the rotation's wrong again. What is happening? Something weird is happening here. Okay. 0, 0, 0. Of course, it can't tell me what the ID actually is. Okay. So yeah, 0, 0, and no debug info, so I can't even fucking see what's in there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that is not 0, 0, 0. Return value is false. Okay, so when this is an invalid instance, it seems. Try again. No breakpoint. What? What? Am I crazy right now? Okay, now we got it. Yeah, this will be -1. No, it's index 0. So why doesn't the transform get set correctly? Repro, welcome. Can you update CPP while UE5 is running? Yeah, you can. CPP files, yes. Headers, no. You won the hackathon? Congrats, dude. Really, second place is still really good. Congrats. Why are you not returning the proper location? Even though the index was right. So let me look at that again. What was our ID is 0. All right, time to update CPP while UE is running. Bro, why do these breakpoints sometimes not get hit? Like, what is happening here? What is happening here? Okay, let's just go. We can just do flat for now. I don't need the hump. Okay, take the wood. Success is false. Why? The index I have seems correct. I mean, this is the only case here. Per instance, static mesh data is... Oh, because I removed it. Oh, I'm a dumb. I'm a dumb. Yeah, I need to do that before. Need to do that before. Gib that. Don't worry about me, I'm just being a dumb. Okay, let's make the noodles behave. Okay, the noodles are being better. They're being better now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, don't try to get the instance transform of an instance that you've just removed. That's not going to work. Even though the indexes look correct. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay. Okay, can we put things, pick them up from a slot, and then can I put them back in that slot? No, I fucking can't, actually. Okay, so something else is still broken. Okay, I am getting a location. I am getting a location. It is not... It's not the location I'm expecting. What's the number next to your avatar mean when you press buttons? It's the count. I can't undo that. There we go. Okay, that is not the transform I'm expecting. Oh, because that's the world item transform, not the voxel transform. Okay, so I can't do it this way. I cannot do it this way. I do have to put some information in the interact action when I build. When I do get interact action, I do have to put some stuff in there. Because here I have the voxel. Yeah, I would have the voxel here, I think. Yeah, this is the voxel. So this is the location I want. Alright. Well, that's the same. These two are the same. think. Yeah, those two are the same. Yeah, so I could just put that in move to. Now, move to is used for NPC stuffs. Get interact action. This would be called, wait, it's for a hit trace is when that gets called, right? So make interact action from hit result. The only, oh yeah, but then I do a hit trace on the select target colonist task to come up with the task. So for that reason, I'm out. For that reason, I'm out. What do? And then I would need this on the final interact. But would I ever use the select target on an area? So here's how select target works. Hi. It was a little creepy that you came up behind me like that, but okay, come here. On my colony, so when I click do task, I can select target, and then I can click on like a mushroom or something, or I can click on a building. He'll do it. The area is also a building, but like clicking on an area, I don't know like what. First of all, it's not valid, so that's good. So would I ever want that to, like, what would that do? Hauling? Hey, go do this storage. And you can tell him to pick up items too. So I can drop that on the ground. I can be like, hey, pick that up. And he'll pick it up. What is this? Oh, spare me. Interacting character. Just cast it to pawn. Is that better? Go get that. Cool. Okay, so the warning went away. Cool. But yeah, would I ever want to select an area? I mean, I guess I would just tell him to go haul, right? But then I would have to like, it's like specifically haul to that area, which is kind of an annoying. Like, go haul things that this area supports. That's kind of an annoying task to write, I'll be honest. So actually, for right now, this would work. And it wouldn't have any repercussions because selecting target on the area doesn't do anything. Let's just verify that this works. Okay. You actually it gets a little. It gets a lot cleaner. Take the wood. Put the wood in it. Fucking what? God damn it. And why didn't that get hit? Why are my breakpoints not getting hit so inconsistently? What is this? The blueprint breakpoints are misbehaving. Or maybe it's a skill issue. I don't know. Boom. Take the wood. Well, I guess this one's not going to get hit anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. Am I fucking crazy right now? The interact on building area Oh, yeah, there's, okay, it was a skill issue. User error. I know what the issue is. There was also an interact that happens on the component, which now that I have this in here, I need it to go through the area at all times, actually. Which, why doesn't it? It's first in the list. The interact with object is changed. Anyways, we can plow ahead here. Move to location is all zeros. Which is nothing. Why? Why? I guess I can breakpoint that too, I suppose. That does look like a Voxel location. That does look, and I'm debug drawing that. I am debug drawing that. Oh, interesting. I see the issue. Yeah, I need it to, I need it to not hit the actual world item, actually. I'm to breakpoint the breakpoints, I know. If only I could. Only I could. Pick one or get raided. Bees, Jazz, or both. Pick, please, be raid. No. You're just gonna have to sit in this discomfort that you've created for yourself. Or you've demanded something, and you're not gonna get it. How does that feel? Are you frustrated? What decisions in your life have led you to this point? Think about that. What do I need to do? Yeah, why am I getting the... So I always want to get the area interact action, which is here. And this is for... And the hit actor, like the world ISMC should be the parent of the... Or the area should be the parent of the world item ISMC, which is what we would hit here. Yeah, I guess we just literally, we hit the ISMC. Okay, let me breakpoint. Let me breakpoint it. Yeah, we're gonna get there a lot, actually. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's put something in there. Okay. I am hitting the ISMC. The hit actor is a building area, so we should get there. We do. Why is it different? Why is it different? Oh, the hit component. Yeah, the hit component is different. So we should always do the voxel location there. Thing is, I don't know which voxel it's in. Oh, this is so stupidly complicated. I don't know which voxel it's in. And then I guess this is probably different too. It could be either one. Okay, stop that. Okay. What do we got here? World item ISMC. So we do well, we are doing the voxel storage trace for world static, so that should always get the ISMC, I hope. I think that was the intention of that code. Okay, so that's still the world item ISMC. Okay, so... Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do I do with this? I could be hitting the world item, I could be hitting the area. I wonder if I should make the world item ISMC just not have any, collision on it. Like any at all. Functions. Wait, I used the static function for it, right? For item and area. Iterate ISMC. Thing is, I do response to all channels, ignore maybe. And then that way it should still respond to like a trace for objects, right? Because it still has like the query only. We'll see. But I do need it to respond to trace for objects. I needed to ignore visibility channel traces. Aha. We've done it. We've done it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now we're consistently hitting things. That is exactly what I needed. Let's put a note here. Ignore all channels so that line trace hits the voxel ISMC consistently. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now this I know is going to be the voxel transform. We know it, we know it. So that area or that location should be a lot better. Yeah, let's test that. Take it. That is zeros. Why is that zero? Why is that fucking zeros? You know, it might actually be at 0. It's not. Okay, so that is still incorrect. Move to location. I am setting it. Z is 0.09. That's a little strange. Wait, what? I am setting the move to location, but it's saying it's 0 here. There, my drawing. Hi there. Welcome in. Vocal look. Yeah, why isn't it here? Oh, I'm a fucking dummy. God damn. This is I hate this. I hate this about blueprints. Okay, so what's happening here is that because this is a you know, non-execution pin function, you know, like these ones you can drag the arrows to the next thing. This is a constant function, so it doesn't have that. But what that means is when you drag this pin into two different places, it actually runs this twice. Which is the cause of the issue. So I have to set that as a variable first, and then I have to use that variable. That way it only runs once, and I'm updating the correct one. Very annoying. Very annoying. I wish there was, I wish Blueprint, like I understand why that happens and why that's necessary. I just wish it was a little easier to work with and also realize that. Okay, we are, let's see if that's the actual proper thing. Now the Z is 0 there. So the... The ISMC is a little lossy in its data. We're getting some imprecision, so that's not going to work either. Yeah. Fuck. I could just round it. I could just like round everything. But like these areas might not be aligned to the nearest centimeter. Oh, why do you have to be like that? Oh, that's very annoying. I really don't want to take up extra data just to like save the map. I wonder if this should happen on interact. And then I should just store the instance ID as the key for the area data. If I do that though, oh, I'd have to change so much. I think area building data, stored items. I guess it's not that much. Let me think what I want to do here. Yeah, I guess that would be more consistent. And I wouldn't have any imprecision issues. But that would make these functions a little bit harder to work with. Because my stored items are a map of vector to item. The vector being like the voxel location or the storage location. They could be an instance ID for a voxel transform. Yeah, vectors aren't great as keys, are they? I don't know what I want to do about it. I don't know what I want to do about that. Oh boy, oh boy. What do I want here? What do I want? I could just iterate through and find the item. It doesn't scale very well. I shouldn't do that. Yeah, so I guess the troubles are coming from trying to connect this world item ISMC system to the area, and we're getting some imprecision. So I mean, everything's telling me that I should store them differently in this data. Resume follow is smooth. Can you post the settings? I'm sorry to derail you. I can give you the script. I mean, if you just Google search OBS zoom follow mouse or something. Yeah, it's this. I think. Wait, hang on. There's the actual thing. Hang on. Not that one. This one. That one. Storage spot. I guess for the most part they're just keys, but I think at some point I would have to use them. Yeah, because I put it in the valid storage spots. I guess to change this to using an instance ID, I would also need to pass in yeah, and I'm just using the voxel transforms. And using the location, closest spot, valid storage spots. Which I have to be getting the location. Well, no, I just use the impact point. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I need some ISMC's instanced static mesh component. And the reason I'm doing a hit result here is because you could have multiple voxels stacked on top of each other. But like, there's really only one storage location there, and it's the voxel that intersects the terrain. So for every voxel, I do a line trace down. To try and get the actual storage location, and then I use those as keys. Right, I use that as the key. I have to do this voxel storage trace. Okay, hang on. Okay. Voxel storage trace. Static. I would want an F transform. Get storage spot for voxel, which is this. Storage spots dot add. Yeah, we'll do that down here. Get storage spot for voxel transform. Okay. Get storage spot for voxel. Yeah, we need to like pass in fucking everything. Can you show the game? Well, I'm working on something at the moment, but I can show it after this. Voxel location, that needs to be the voxel transform. I guess I don't need anything else. Okay, so that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot easier to call. So area actor, do I need that? Yeah. Area actor, voxel transform, voxel size. Okay, I think this will be a lot more consistent now. Okay, let's rebuild that. Oh, I probably need to return there. No. Definitely no. Okay. That seems complex. That's because it is. And it hurts. And it's all because like the reason I have to do storage areas like this and I can't just use like a bounding box or like a radius, like a sphere or anything, is because I have underground caves. That's like that's the entire reason I have to do all of this. And I have to do this, I created like a walking voxel algorithm to like make sure that it follows the terrain. Because like, if I just did a bounding box on terrain that's like really high slope, if I dragged the box from like the top to the bottom, you would select all this area underneath the terrain, which could potentially have a cave. And when these areas are going to be used for like telling colonists where to go and what tasks to do and where to do things at, you could accidentally send them into a cave that could be dangerous and they could get killed. I'll see if I can show an example of that. Here's the game, though. Here's the game. Procedural terrain. RPG Colony Sim Roguelite. Procedural terrain, destructible terrain, AI generated quests. So right now I'm working on some Colony Sim related stuff. Specifically with the voxel storage areas. And so like take this for example. This is gonna get a little laggy when I do this, but take this for example. Ignore that. So I'm gonna start building an area and I'm gonna go to the other side of this mountain. So it built an entire area on that mountain. So if there was a cave under here and I was just like, if I was just using a box, the box would be, you know, boom, 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 boom. And so I'd be selecting everything underneath this. So if there's a cave right here, you know, maybe there's a tunnel that goes into this cave or something, you know, you would select that. You would select that, which you probably wouldn't realize that you did that because it's kind of hidden from you. There's only one guy on YouTube who watches the stream horizontally and 23 watches vertically. You found a hack. Yeah, shout out to the product manager at YouTube who told me to stream vertically. Yeah, the shorts, like I show up in the vertical stream, it like YouTube just automatically knows that it's a vertical stream based on the ratio, aspect ratio. And so it knows to put that in the shorts feed. And so people are scrolling through the shorts feed. My stream pops up, you know. The horizontal stream doesn't have that, right? So, yeah, I mean, you can see horizontal stream, no bueno. Vertical stream, a little bit more bueno. Yeah. But then you also get YouTube Shorts chatters, which are just always a colorful bunch. So yeah, these are the areas. Let's make it pink because, you know. I didn't change anything, so nothing's gonna work actually. So I need to reuse this function that I made. Get storage spot for Voxel. So I gotta stop here. Get storage spot for Voxel. Voxel size. Self. There we go. So that can actually be const as well. So we can do blueprint pure there and rebuild. TS is freaky, bro. TypeScript? Not as freaky as JavaScript, but you know, I'm kind of into that shit. if I'm being completely honest, I don't mind JavaScript. I don't. I know. Get out the cross and put me up on it. I know. Okay. Okay, yeah, so let's do get storage spot for Voxel. Self. Voxel size. Now, I'm doing the Voxel storage trace, which is going to do another one of these. But with different settings. So yeah, that's kind of necessary. It's kind of necessary. The voxel transform, that is the right voxel transform. Okay, so we can split that and I think put that in there. Okay, let's see if it works now. I guess we're just we'll just continue testing with the ProcGen world. Welcome in everyone. Good morning to you. I'm working on a game. Unreal Engine, mostly C++, mostly C++. It's going to be an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural destructible terrain and some AI-generated quests. And so it's a very large world. All of these are different zones. There's me. I am in Voidspire Abyss, so you can see some zone information up here at the top. I am in Voidspire Abyss, next to like Emberstorm Hollow, things like Phantom Glow Abyss. Lots of Abyss here. Some of these kind of suck. Aztec Temple of Sacrifice, like that's not a very flavorful name, right? The Quicksand Desert, Frostglobe Bastion, The Forgotten Graveyard, Pine Ridge, Bloodthorn Marsh, Briarwood Thicket. So eventually they'll all have like different biomes in each one of those zones. Darth Maul, welcome. And with different resources and different terrain noises. So if I zoom out here, you can actually see, like, you can see here's a zone here, and this relates to the zones on the map. And what I do is I actually make border mountains around all of them. And I wanted them to be more like World of Warcraft zones, where they have kind of like a nice defined area and like physical boundaries between them. you know, right now they're just all mountains for me, but eventually I'll do, you know, like some rivers and cliffs or something, you know. But I wanted to do it more that style as opposed to something like, you know, Minecraft or Valheim, where the biomes just kind of like seamlessly blend from one to another. Because I think it's really nice for like telling a story, and I think it creates a really nice sense of exploration when you like cross the threshold from one zone to another. You know, think of something like going from Barrens to Ashenville for the first time. Like that's an insane moment, right? And I know we've all done it like a million times by now, but when you go from Barrens to Ashenville, for those who don't know, you go from like this African Sahara type zone into like an enchanted forest type zone. And then like the Horde who live in the Barrens, they have like a bunch of ramparts set up on the border because there's like this conflict happening between two factions in the two zones. And so like when you cross that threshold for the first time, it's this really like eye-opening moment, this really awe-inspiring moment. Especially leveling up as a Horde, where all you've seen are kind of like grasslands or savanna or Duratar, which is kind of like a rocky, red, barren kind of place. And then you go to this enchanted forest, and it just kind of opens up in front of you, and it's a really cool moment. It's a really cool moment when you cross that threshold. So I'm trying to like kind of recreate that moment. And I also like how my zones actually have names to them. Like if you think about Minecraft, like the biomes don't have like a specific name, right? It's just the jungle biome, you know, the desert or whatever. And so I think that'll be really nice for telling stories within the zone. And I think it'll create like a really nice completionist aspect to it. Now, these white dots are the zone entrance chunks, and that's where I create a break in the mountains. So this yellow zone here is actually my zone that has the big hills, the high noise. And then this one, this forest zone is it's sharp mountains. So if I zoom out here, you can see the borders right here, and then that white dot is right here. And so you can see how there's this mountain range here, and then it breaks right here. So this is how you would get from one zone to the other. I only have like 2 biomes right now, so you know the change isn't very drastic. The change isn't very drastic, and it's all kind of samey. But eventually we'll get some more PCG graphs going. And of course, I also need to actually blend my textures between the 2 zones. But the terrain blends nicely. The terrain lines up perfectly. And then, of course, you can see this. This is a very clear border mountain here. Now, there's a couple other ways you can get from zone to zone. You could find a cave, a randomly generated cave, or you can just build up and then back down if you have the resources for that. You can build some stairs all the way up. Or you can dig through if you have the patience for that. Okay, so here's an example. So this border doesn't actually have like an entrance, a dedicated entrance, but if you were to find this, you know, you could you'd even follow it from up here. And then you pop out on this side, and it's like a whole new zone, right? Different, it's, you know, this is completely flat. Imagine this is like a plains type zone. I will be doing points of interest as well, so you might cross the threshold and you might see a town over here. You're like, oh cool, I could go quest over there now. That kind of thing. And so I'm very, very inspired by like World of Warcraft and a game called RimWorld, which is one of my favorite games of all time. It's a colony sim, has a lot of depth to it, and it's kind of a smaller scale colony sim, which I actually like, because it makes you form connections with your colonists a lot more. And what's funny is like there's so much random shit that happens in RimWorld. Like it's all kind of like random events happen, and like, you know, your colonists have like these super random traits and personalities and skill sets. And it just creates like a lot of really funny, really funny and fun interactions in the game. And so I want to take that. And I've always wanted to be like down in the world of RimWorld, like experiencing the colony alongside all my colonists. And so that's why I want to make it like kind of an RPG and kind of marry those two together. And then I want to do a roguelite as well, because I think roguelites are really fucking fun. And I think they do a great job for the longevity of a game. And it creates like a high stakes thing where you're not just like, you know, if you die, you don't just like start over from the town or the graveyard or whatever, or you don't have to just run back to your body, which is honestly like when you die in like a regular game, it's kind of like a low, you know, low risk kind of thing. It just kind of becomes annoying. Like dying over and over again, you have to run, you know, just run back to your core. You're just like, oh, I have to go get my stuff or whatever happens in whatever game. It's kind of annoying. But when you die in a roguelite, it's a lot different experience because it's like it creates, first of all, you know, it's impactful because you spent time on the run. But then you get to start over, and the next run is going to be different. You're going to experience new things. And for me, like, I want to, like, you know, imagine if WoW was like a roguelite, you know, like all the classes have a bunch of different abilities. Now imagine if, as you are leveling up, every few levels you get to pick between 3 random abilities that are specific to your class, right? You're starting to create like a build for your character as you explore the world and stuff like that. And I think that would be really fun because now every run you're going to have a different build, right? I have some talents, you know, kind of spec'd out, just kind of like a system, proof of concepted, really. And so you might have to pick talents that are complementary to the abilities that you've rolled for this run, you know. Impressive voxel terrain. Well, it's not inherently voxelized. I do use some voxel techniques to generate it, but like the terrain deformation stuff, it's not going to be like inherently tied to a voxel resolution. So it's like half voxel, half not voxel. But like that's not a voxel, right? You know, doesn't need to be. By the way, do you use quad tree for optimization? What does that mean? Like a quad tree is just a data structure, so what optimization would that provide? Or how your PC does not explode on every frame redraw? I mean, the rendering is all just handled by Unreal Engine, so you'd have to dig into the guts of Unreal Engine to answer that. Can you suggest me a video for start learning about gaming? No, I cannot, unfortunately. I don't really watch. I don't like watching videos to learn. I do sometimes, but like, I more so learn by doing projects, right? And then I search for the individual thing that I'm trying to complete. How about when you die, you fall from the sky? I have some plans for what happens when you die. Don't you worry. Am I using gas? I am. I will be kind of rewriting it though, because it's my biggest bottleneck for my ECS system. Right now, I think I'm bottlenecked. Like in combat, I think I can only handle about 200 entities in combat at 30 FPS because of gas. It's a little too slow, right? It's a little too slow. ChatGPT help you for development? Not really. I've been programming for enough years that I don't really need it. And it would probably just you know, I do use it for some things. You know, I have Copilot, so there are a few things that I can use it for. Like I've gotten several, like usually the really mathy geometry functions, like a oriented box to box overlap, you know, a box cylinder overlap, the kinds of things. Oh god, my animation broke. The kinds of things that have been solved like a million times over on the internet that require, you know, like the knowledge of geometry, 3D geometry and math and stuff is the kind of thing I use it for. Project to do for starting. Do you think I'm ChatGPT? Are you prompting me? My advice to you would be, you have to figure out the project for yourself. If you do a project that someone else tells you, you're probably not going to be that motivated to do it because it's not going to be something that you are interested in. You got to come up with something that you are interested in. That way you're motivated to work on it. Is this guy going to be able to, if I shoot a fireball down here, is he going to be able to find a path all the way up to me? There he goes. Oh, his focal location is set to me. That's funny. There he goes. Oh lord, he's coming. Oh lord, he coming. He's gonna, where is he at? There he is. Oh, look at him go. Oh shit, he's coming. Yeah, I should probably make their focal location not be on me and instead be on the path end. So yeah, there's a little bit about my game. My colonists are all hungry, so they're running around looking for food. Guys, there's food in the forest. You won't find any out here. But yeah, I'll be rewriting gas to run on the background thread. Too much needs to happen on the game thread. and it's bottlenecking my system. So yeah, I need thousands of entities to be able to be in combat at a time. I do kind of have a bit of an ECS rewrite. Oh, look at that guy up there. I do have a bit of an ECS refactor that I need to do. I was speccing out yesterday a little bit. What did I rebuild for? I totally forgot what I was working on. I did that. I need to test that, I think. Oh, it works. Thank God. Okay, let's see how much imprecision we got. See if I can do it over here. Okay, so I don't need to change the whole system so far. All right. Let's see. That probably impacted the stacking quite a bit. I hate this so much. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay, so let's try to stack things here. Okay, let's go. I'm just gonna go to the very corner. So the wood only stacks up to 20. So these are actually invalid, but they're just there for testing. So we have 16 there. If I add another 16, I feel like it should overflow. Okay, it didn't. Oh, I just duped. I just item duped. Oh no, I didn't. The number just didn't update. Okay, so there's one thing. So dropping item in area, I need to do an inventory update call there. That would be on here. Undo. There we go. Remove from inventory. That doesn't do a... It should. Oh, but it would have been false. Store item in area would have been false. So yeah, if it contains it, is same type, stack items. Now this didn't call. No, that doesn't call the inventory update. Maybe it should. How goes the development today? It's going good. Just kind of getting started, even though I've been straining for 2 hours, but it's going well. I mean, environment and level design, the complexity of game development is crazy. It is. There's so much to learn. But I love it, and a place like this is where I want to be. It boosts my confidence to keep pushing. Hell yeah, dude. I'm happy to help. I too like watching and get inspired by other game dev streamers. A lot of great ones over on Twitch in the software and game dev section. Okay, let's see here. So stacking items. Now, let me see where this is called from. I'm trying to figure out if I can always do an inventory update here. It's only called from 2 places. Handle stackable item insert. I'd be calling that instead. Well, that requires contents to be passed in. Yeah, this is specific to slot things, so... I think this one... Would this one eventually do... That one doesn't do an inventory update either. Although add to contents probably gets called from somewhere that does. Yeah, there it is. Add to inventory, which I think that is... proper. And I mean, stack items is static, so I wouldn't even have access to... Yeah, I don't even have access, so I can't even call it in here. Can't even call it in here. So really, if I stack items, do I have the... I have the item to store. Now, I guess it doesn't handle... Not all items can be stored, some remaining item to store. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so I guess I don't have the inventory that this item came from at this point. Store item in area. But I do have it to where this is called from, which is in the HUD, I think. Store item in area. Yeah, so I do have the inventory here. Remove from inventory yet. So I guess we would be hitting this case here. So I think I need to... This one already calls it. Yeah, so I think I need to call it here just by default, and I think that's fine. Even if it doesn't change, it's not a huge deal. It should be on the transfer payload from actor. Yeah, it should be this, right? It should be that. Let's go ahead and just make that a variable. Promote to local variable from inventory. And let's do this. So we're gonna scooch that over. Slot that in right there. Good. Good. Bump that down just a tad. Okay, get all the noodles to behave. There we go. Okay, so we have the inventory now. From inventory. There, now that gets a little cleaner. And then from inventory, can I just on inventory update inventory? So I guess that's not accessed by blueprints. Accessible. Can I do blueprint call? Can I just do blueprint callable on that? Okay, let's see if that works. Let's save, compile, save again, save for a third time, close. Okay, rebuild that. We just need that. I just need to be able to call that from blueprints, I think, really. Bro, you creating a game? I am. Well, right now I'm compiling, so not much creation happening right now. Yeah, we're working on, it's RPG Colony Sim Roguelite, is what the game is, with procedural terrain. I'm working on some Colony Sim stuff today. The Voxel storage stockpiles are what I'm working on. So we've got those basically working, just trying to iron out some kinks. There's some issues with stacking. We just fixed an issue with dropping an item into the stockpile and then getting it from the stockpile. It didn't actually get properly removed, even though it looked like it was. So we fixed that. And then now I'm going to make sure that stacking, you know, like if you have a half stack of something in the stockpile already and you put something else in the stockpile, it should stack into the thing. And here's what those stockpiles look like. So here's the little voxel stockpile. So here's a half stack, put that in there. It says wood arrow 100. I'm gonna just click over here. That should, it didn't update the, interesting, so it didn't update that. It did update the inventory. I guess when I do that, I need to refresh the interaction potentially. Get that out of here. Okay, so now I got some half slots here. That's 16. That's 16. So if I drop another 16... Oh, I didn't actually update the code. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. Call on inventory updated. Nice. Nice. A stack might have occurred. Update and how much time have you spent on this project? Well, I do not keep track of every every amount of time I spend on here. I've been working on it for almost 3 years now. Okay, so there's 2 wood in there. Drop 2 more. Now that should be 4. That does look correct. Now let's drop 31. Okay, that did do the math. Okay, cool. Now it would be nice. So now I have this 15 again. I have to drop again to get that in there. I actually kind of like that. Although it does seem, if I drop 16, which I guess drop that in there. Wait, was that a perfect amount? We'll drop 11. But then if I click here, I mean, it does make the noise. So if I make the noise, maybe that's clear enough. Maybe that's clear enough. I am a gamer. I always admire game creator. Can't wait to see the result. You creating open world. Yeah, so I have like a whole procedural world for it here. This is just one such seed, so it's all like randomly generated. Not a whole lot to do in the world yet, but there is some, you know, some resources to collect, and you can build things, and there are some entities to kill, and there are some caves with a few things in them. Yeah, nothing crazy yet. But I will do like some points of interest, and I have like a proof of concept that AI generated quests and stuff, you know, so. My dude's like melee weaving and doing a terrible job at it. Need to fix that AI for sure. What is this? Oh, yeah, that happens. That happens. That's a known issue that my rewrite should fix. Thank you for everyone who's subbed today. I see some of them. So I appreciate that. I need to... I don't know if I should set up sub alerts. I also don't like some of the software I'm using by default doesn't have that, so that would be something that I would need to like build or find some new software for. Also, there would be quite a lot of the subs. There would be quite a lot happening, more so than like a Twitch follow. And not all subs are like public. Like sometimes you can't. Like I have like a little activity feed that shows people that sub sometimes, but like it does not match how many people actually sub. And I know there's like a setting for like public subscriptions or something. Like you can hide who you sub to, and then the person that you're sub to can't even see that you're sub to them. Well, that does happen. So I don't know if that's something that I should get a little notification for. And maybe even like a like notification or something, that just something small that pops up on screen or something. When you like it or something would be nice. I'll have to reach out to some people at YouTube and see if that's actually possible. Okay, so I think this is like working. I need to test. Put 2 in there. Okay, now that's 20. Okay, that did stack into my slots. Evil turnip. Use a shader to make the object outlines before you build. Build what? Are you talking about like my building system? Like this? Or are you talking about like making the models for the game? So I do not make the models. I don't know if displaying this answers the question or not. Put 2 there. Drop 20. There's 2 left. Now if I take 20, I should be 18 and then 2 more should go in there. Yeah, wonderful. I just have to kind of like do some math here. So that's stacked. That's now 20. Yeah, I think having to redrop the remaining stacks is necessary. So otherwise I'm going to have to like recursively run the Voxel storage area algorithm to like get all of the like available slots or whatever. Ah, I see. So this is an area. This is like a specific type of building that is going to just like represent somewhere to like send the colony. Like you could use it for storage, right? There are storage settings. Here's what all the allowed things are here, which I haven't hooked up yet. So we can do that. But that there are allowed storage settings, and I have some different task types. So I don't have construction turned on. I do not have construction turned on there. Where's my guy at? Yeah, let me get rid of those ones. So if I say do task, construct, he's gonna go construct that one. Yeah, this is gonna be a little rough. It's gonna be a little rough. I know about this issue. I should not have had him build that. Okay, there we go. No, you shouldn't have done that. Well, no, I said anywhere. Okay, no, he's right. He's actually right. I showed that incorrectly. Okay, I showed that because I said anywhere, so he did the right thing. Okay, construct within area. So there's no area that shows up in that list, because this is not allowed for construction. So now that I've allowed construction there, do task, construct within area. Now it shows. So area 1. So now he's only going to construct that one and not that one. And so for construction, that doesn't really make that much sense, but that's all I can display here in the test level. But for like foraging or tree chopping or mining, you know, it'll make a lot more sense for those things. So that's partially what it'll be for. It's also you can use it for storage as well. You can store things. You can have like stockpiles. You can be like, hey, go put all the wood over here, that kind of stuff. You can also have containers to put things in. Like if I were to drop some of these in the world, I could tell him to go pick them up. I'll just say haul anywhere. So he's going to go pick up these. Just going to go to the nearest one. Okay, so he just put them in the container. Now he's going to go get that one, put that in the container. And now the next thing I'll need to do is allow him to put them in the stockpiles as well, which he doesn't know how to do. Oh, why can't I click and drag from here? Bug. Okay, so I can't take anything from there apparently. But I think the stacking is working well now. Do. It said 250 on all of them, didn't it? Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, that's not getting the correct one. So let's work on the, oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's probably the entity. The entity's probably the one doing that. Hit interacting actor. Just say not equal. Or I'll have to say like is a proxy actor. So only if he's not a proxy actor do I give a shit about this. Okay. Locally playing controller. This is interaction subtext component. That's not what we want. We want the interaction option widget. Now this is not updating. So I probably need a refresh interaction action or call here in that case. Which do I even have? Would I even have access to that? Drop item in area. Yeah, so we would want to refresh the interaction on. We update the inventory, but then I would want to refresh the interaction on the, yeah, so I would need to get interact action. Do I have that? Where is it? I haven't made the interact action yet. But I do have the from actor. So get from actor. Wait, what the, what? What? What do I have here? Just from inventory. Oh, it's on the transfer payload. Okay, yeah. So from actor, asked to interact interface. And if I have that, I will refresh interaction. Let's just see if that works real quick. Okay, so let's see if that updates the, let's go back to the hump. Where's my hump at? My hump, my hump. My hump, my hump, my humps. Check it out. Okay. Yeah, so build the area. Okay, throw something down. Boom. And then I need to, like, potentially... Uh-oh, whoa. It's actually not a good test, so let's keep splitting, splitting. And just, we're gonna do some tactical rolls while we're splitting. So throw 2 in there. Basic wood, 2. 4. Fuck. Okay, it didn't update. Didn't update. It did not work. Let's make sure we got there, first of all. We didn't. Okay. Okay, we're not even getting there. And I guess we need to do this on any result, actually. Keep splitting. Drag and drop sucks. Okay, 2. Okay, now we've gotten here. Okay, now we are refreshing the interaction. So drop 8. There we go. Now it updates. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm back for some reason with hot chocolate. Your diet, you have an interesting diet, Burnt Pineapples, but I guess I should expect nothing less from a guy named Burnt Pineapples. Hello, show me what you working for. With a bunch of wiggly cats. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm working on. right now. This is stockpiles is what this is going to be. And so it's like a, you know, I think it's pretty self-explanatory at the moment. I think we're finally getting it into a good place. But like, yeah, you have stuff from your inventory. You can drop it into the stockpiles and it should stack appropriately. Like the wood is actually max stack size of 20. So I am handling it stacking properly. But yeah, the interaction text is wrong, so we're fixing that right now. So get interaction text, the interaction option widget here on the area. I also have apple cider. Jesus Christ. That's a winning combo. Apple cider and hot chocolate. You're like really ready for fall, it sounds like, which I am too. I don't blame you, but it's quite hot here. It's like fucking 90 degrees. Takes a lot of patience. Oh yeah, just being a programmer in general does. Okay, so I'm just getting interaction text. So we have the interact action. So I should be making the interact action from hit result. Make interact action from hit result. That's the entity interact. So I should be, yeah, making the ISMC action. Well, no, I should be doing the get interact action from the building area, actually. And so would this have, this should have the, let me go here. Let me put a breakpoint there. I want to see that. That is the world item ISMC. So why are you not getting the proper text? Or is it just not updating? Is it just not updating, or are you just straight up not getting the proper text? No, we're only getting basic wood 20. Go away for my debug drawings to go away. So that one's 20. That one's also 20. That's not correct. But the interact action is correct, though. Get interaction text. Okay, maybe that one's wrong. Maybe get interaction interact text is wrong. Yeah, that is wrong. That is wrong. Item equals contained items. Yeah, okay, so we need to do the similar thing here. Wait, okay, so how do I do this? The contained items has the F vector as the key. That's the key for the voxel. That's the key for the voxel location, not the actual world item location. So how do I actually get the contained item? Oh, the move to. Right, I put it in the move to. Right, so I would, if contained items dot contains interact action move to location, now, then we start cooking. Then I return empty there. No longer need that. Let's just put question marks. So we know if it fails, which it shouldn't. We should never call it. We should never see question marks there. So contain items, item be at this. Wait. Oh no. Oh, I forgot that that's a an array. Okay. Okay, well this is fine. This is fine actually. So interact action, interact with, well that's just this. I really just need instance. I need to cast this, yeah, to that. If we have that, in, I would want to get instance item. Yeah. Wow, AI actually nailed that one. Thank you. Item data, item name, toString. Yeah. It actually nailed that. Actually nailed that. Emails. Okay, let's see if that works now. Yeah, it does. It just doesn't. It doesn't update, which is an issue as well. It doesn't update, but I think I can help with that. If the interact with object is not equal. That's the only way I update the interaction. I guess I just didn't want to update it every frame, but like updating it every frame would be a lot easier. Interact with object. What should I check move to as well? Because that would be different. Let's branch this so I don't have to check the validity. If they're not equal, we should update. Otherwise, we are just going to... We're going to call that interact action. No, this will be, call this new interact action. Get move to location not equal to this move to location. I'll say needed for world item ISMC interaction text. I'll say world item ISMC hitting needed for hitting a different instance on a world item ISMC. Say area / world item ISMC. Okay. Does that work? No. No, it doesn't. Did I do that condition right? If they are not equal, we should update. If they are equal, we should update if they are not. Make interact. Oh yeah, because I'm not setting the move to on here. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. What are you doing, burnt pineapples? You have now said bye, I think 4 or 5 times, and every time you say bye, you're back like several minutes later. Well, now I have to go contemplate my life decisions on VR game. Good luck, everyone. Bye. Hey, want to know what'll make your game run smooth? Get all actors of class every take. Yeah. I don't think you're actually leaving. I think you're lying. Yes, sir. I never leave. You just want the attention from us saying goodbye to you 5 times a stream? Probably. What do I want to do here? I don't. What's actually going to be different here? The instance ID would be different, I think. I kind of want to write this in C++. Because this is kind of annoying. Well, I'm gonna leave joining Twitch. Yeah, I wanna let's change this to is this interact utils? Yeah, this is like should update interact trace. Yeah, let's write this in interact utils because this is getting kind of gnarly. The noodles are getting gnarly. It sounds like a tongue twister. The gnarly noodles are gnarly. Static bool should interaction phrase update, and so we would want to add in the U object interacting object, and then the like old U interact action, old interact action. So let's rewrite this in C. I think I see Mart's personality burnt in pineapple too. I was actually thinking that, but I didn't want to say it. I was like, that's actually kind of Mart behavior right there. That is Mart coded, very Mart coded. Like from this morning, did he know if we know because I knew you know? Now that one I don't think makes sense. Did he know if we know because I knew you know? I don't know, but I did know, so I knew. Okay, so we're just gonna check the interact with object. So auto old interact with, let's just say if old interact action is false, if either one of them is false, should we update? Basically, like, I should return true if one of them's null and one of them's not. Let's just return true every time there. If either, so we've gotten the validity checks out of the way. And I'll say if whole, and then I need to make a new interact action, which we just do a make interact action from hit result. Oh, I need the hit result too. If my hit results, if either one of those are null. Okay, so if hold interact action interact with object is not equal to that, that's the only thing I want to check, then we can return true. Otherwise, yeah, I need to cache them both to an ISMC action. If new ISMC action return, if new ISMC action, and there is no old ISMC action, we return true. If we have both, return, yes, that is what I wanted. Okay, rebuild. What compiler am I using? Just the built-in Unreal Engine one. Which is it's whatever ships with Visual Studio. The C++ stuff. Okay, we need to go here. We need to delete this function. But first we need to should update interaction, should interaction trace update. Okay, well, that's named a little differently, but I'm gonna try working on my project now while I watch you. Thanks for letting us know. Hold interact action. Here we go. Okay. Should update. So delete that now. Okay. Now let's make sure that the interaction text updates. Okay, so 250, 500. The interaction, I need to, yeah, it does work. It's just a little wonky because I'm doing a box trace for the interact trace, and I need to, like, when it hits multiple things, I need to use the, if it hits multiple interact interactable things, I need to use whatever's under the cursor. Which I think probably is in like trace utils, I think. How do you keep track of codes you have done? Just try to keep it organized. Interactable trace. Yeah, so just do the first thing. Did you use state machines for movement? As in like the animation blueprint stuff? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some state machines in there. I'm not sure you can use the animation blueprints without using those. So yeah, I need to do like one of these, I think. If out hits, if there's more than one, no, more than one. Okay, if more than one hit, we should prioritize the one under the cursor. So I would need to do a line trace here. So my camera trace, basically. I need to do another camera trace. But B box trace is false. Do I use a non... Do I use a non-box trace version of that? No, I don't. No, I don't. What happens if two things are under the cursor, like two objects get glitched? Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I'm trying to fix. But it's a box, so it'll just pick the first one. Box trace. What's your opinion on motion matching? I mean, I think it looks good. I think it's just kind of overkill for small teams. It seems like it would be, I haven't actually worked with it, but it seems like it would be a massive pain to work with as like a single person. Okay, so we have this. Let me read the internals of this. Box trace. Box trace, if box trace. Otherwise, line trace multi by channel. And the first one in here should be the... say line trace hits, and then let's rename this to box trace hits. Line traced hits. I mean, this should have one in it, right? This should have one. If it doesn't, like, something's gone wrong, right? Let's actually put the right hits in there too. Is it gonna be multiplayer? Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. It's not empty. Not empty. Well, it's the first interactable one, right? So let's do this. But then we'll need to for each through here. Spell it properly. Then let's make a little lambda for is interactable. Okay. So yeah, and we'll want a hit result in there. And then we would want to return whatever this condition is. Yeah, that. Do all that. Do I want to do these draw debugs? I think I can do that outside of this. Oh, wait a second. So we don't, yeah, get rid of the draw debug. I don't care about that. Player controller, interact distance. And then I would just want to return true. And this needs to return a boolean, so return false here. If we get there. So for each, if is interactable, then first interactable hit equals that one. So we'll do that, and then we need the else here, where we will wrap that loop. And then at the end, if draw debug, we'll do the hit on that. And then in here, we just need to do the same is interactable. Except not returning true. Well, we would want to break out of the loop though, right? Break. Break? Was that? Did that say break when too loud? Oh, wait, what was that? What was that function? Okay, that looks good. Oh, out hit. I need to set that. Yeah, that's yeah, we do that instead of first interactable hit. Out hit equals that. Yeah. If draw debug, and I'll need to check if out hit is actually what and hit actor. Yeah. We'll do that. Okay. So we've updated the interaction trace to hopefully fix that issue. Okay. Oh, it works so much better now. Look at that. It's no longer glitchy and shit. It's a little... Where is my... Oh, I need to... Let's turn on draw debug here. Am I gonna... Is that gonna break everything? I think it probably will. Yeah, there it goes. It spawned another axe for some reason. Yeah, that just broke everything. Okay. You can see how I'm doing the box trace here. And then where the actual hit is happening. So that hit is not actually, you see how it's like kind of jumping around? It's not always on my cursor, which... Turtle Purple, I like that name. Welcome in. Well, I should probably, let's do a, where did I just do that at? where did I just do that at? Trace utils, there it was. Okay, so if we do that, and Mavler, thank you guys, welcome. Yeah, so I think I should probably do a... Although I have draw debug turned on here. I'm forwarding it. Line trace multi by channel. Draw debug. Why am I not getting a line? Oh, it's only if there are multiple objects hit. Right. A little bit of there we go. Now I'm seeing. What is the yellow? The yellow is a little bit too big. What is well. Yeah, what is the yellow? I don't know, but I do see that the line trace is happening. I see it. And it is getting a proper point there. Okay, 250. And 500 right next to each other. And maybe we can continue splitting. 250, 500. I mean, it's close enough. Actually, it's very... Although I would expect it to... Like, I would expect that to be hitting the... It is going through the box. It is going through the box. You see, I can see it. So it's actually not returning a hit there. That hit location is very suspect. That's not anything. And the red and the yellow out hits 0. YouTube always recommends me your live, like I will never be able to understand it. wait, understand what I'm doing, or understand why I'm getting recommended to you? Do you not want to see me? The YouTube Shorts algorithm works in mysterious ways. Yeah, I'm wondering, I mean, is there just some lossiness in the... It's close enough now that I'm happy with it, but like... Why am I not getting those hits, you know? Also, why are my textures so weird here? Why is that one upside down too? Are the normals being weird? Are the normals weird there? What is Why are the tops so much darker? Like the direction... Unlit. Oh my god. Well, yeah, so it does have something to do with lighting, I suppose. If I plug it both into the emissive color, maybe let's change that to white instead of black. Oh my goodness, okay. I guess the alpha on that doesn't matter. About like a 0.5. I need a shader boy. Oh, we can make him super shiny. I need a shader boy in here. Oh my god, it's so shiny, it's just reflecting the entire sun, or the entire sky. Unreal lets you code at runtime and updates it accordingly. Unity doesn't let you do that. To a certain extent it does. There are definitely some things, like, you know, some blueprints can be compiled at runtime and work fine. Others cannot, and it'll break things and you might as well just start over. And then you can't live code C++ header file changes, only CPP file changes. Okay, change everything back. Change it back. I just want, I want this texture to look the same as the other ones. I don't know what I'm doing. Those are both set to 0.5. Normal. Yeah, I don't know. Is that why the normals aren't, Can I just like, how do I do normals? I make them all ones. Does that matter? That actually did kind of fix it. Although, oh, it just made the, oh. Okay, so I guess the temporary fix on this would be, I just want the bottom one to not show up. Now those are all shadowed. And so it was just that. So what do we need? -1? We need 1, 1, 0. Now I guess the side one is the one that's like dull. Can you do negative? -1? Oh yes, box of wood. Hey, this is all I got. I mean, that looks a little better, right? I think the ones on the bottom are the dull ones, so that's, yeah, that's my temporary workaround because I don't understand how materials work. Here's my temporary workaround. Yeah, the interaction trace is working a lot better now. Are you working on the inventory or the building mechanic? Neither. The stockpile building. I specifically just fixed the interaction traces, which was something I actually had on my to-dos for a while. Yeah, there we go. Done. Done. So what have we fixed? We've also fixed the stacking. Wait, was that also on here? Suited. Thank you. Welcome. I need to organize this so much better, don't I? How hard is it to go C# to C++? It is no more difficult than learning any new language. This works. How would we edit areas that are completely full? Yeah, that's a question I still don't know the answer to. And we're just going to rely on them never being full. We fixed, yeah, stockpile storage quantities and stacking are kind of buggy. We fixed that. Max storage slope, I think, might already be that's already implemented. We need to handle overlapping area storage. That's not handled right now. So I think to handle that, we can turn that draw debug off. So I think to handle that, in the building area, when we do the voxel storage trace, we need to make sure this component belongs to this actor. If it doesn't, that means we've potentially... there is an overlapping area that has hit something that's blocking. Well, it's hit something that's blocking it, yeah. So for world static, get voxel storage trace. Really, this should maybe be baked into the voxel storage locations. Well, no, because it doesn't have any knowledge of that. I think it'd be worth switching over to Twitch to watch your stream. I've heard that the general streaming experience and sense of the community is better there. I mean, you'll just have to make that decision for yourself. Like, you know, whatever you prefer, really. Whatever you prefer. I'm gonna leave for real, might pop in later. Yeah, you're kind of the boy who cried wolf. I don't believe you. We gotta come up with a term for Mart brain. Is that it? Is that just like the new brain rot? Oh, that's very Mart brained of you. Very Mart coded. So only if true here. And say, prevent storing items in spots overlapping another area stored item. I miss Martin. He popped in the other day, said hello, didn't say much else. He actually asked, I don't remember what the question was, but I remember being proud of the question that he asked because it wasn't like a completely brain rot question. And he was actually asking a question, that's a lot for him. That's a big step. So I said I was proud of him. I hope he takes that to heart. Okay, so we're gonna return null here on get interact action. I don't actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this might not be the right place to do. No, this is fine, because then we wouldn't want to interact with. Actually, I don't know if we should do this actually. Not here, at least. And so I think it should be on the drop in world, right? Store item in area. Oops. Store item in area. So we've done the get voxel storage spots. Store item in area. Get or add ISMC. Yeah, so I guess here I need to check if it's overlapping. I guess here would be one place, or like I said, I bake it in here. Get valid storage spots. Where is my voxel storage trace thingo? It's in get all storage spots. Get storage spot for voxel. I am doing a building hit here. So if it's a blocking hit, yeah, I think if this hits another area, no, it should ignore the area. Well, let's just fucking see what happens right now instead of trying to guess. Do you think Martin knows he's a bit of a... Yes, yeah. He knows. He loves it. Wait, where's this hello? Where's this hello log happening from? Oh god, this is gonna be so much. I don't know why hello got up there. Why is the default value always hello? Oh jeez. Where is that hello coming from? I had to have just added that somewhere. Okay, it's on interaction. It's on interaction somewhere. Get interaction option widget. Oh dear. Oh wait, I can open the log and it'll tell me, right? I forgot about that. Area building. Okay, it looks like there's something happening. Okay, so it's somewhere in building area. Wait, what? Hello was not found here. What the fuck? What? That's a lot of hellos. I know. Where are they coming from? I don't want them. Okay, well, it's not happening anymore. Now it is. There it is. Get interacting actor. I was thinking about making some YouTube shorts for the Legend of Mart, so his infamy can live on. But that would require me to actually learn how to edit videos, which is something I'm not super keen on doing at the moment. How much do I care about this? I don't care about this right now. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We're testing something else right now. Okay, let's just make sure. A bunch of splits here. Okay, put that down there. Okay, so if I were to build another area. Oh, it overlaps that. Okay, so hang on. Oh, it overlaps the... Oh, interesting. So they can't... Interesting. Interesting. I didn't realize that. Do you create your own blueprint notes? Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, so this is... Yeah, if we get a blocking hit... We're doing line trace for objects. So I think I need something here. God, and I can't reference areas in C++. I hate that I did that. Or building and building type. Building data dot type not equals. Oh no, this should be and there is no building, or and there is no building or building type not equal to area. I think that's okay. I think that'll ignore the building so that we can overlap. Because like it is feasible to want to overlap areas. Like that is something that you may want, right? It's valid. It's a valid use case. Okay, does it work now? No. Oh, this is just storage spots. Okay, hang on. Undo that. That's not the actual voxel. Get voxel overlaps. Here we go. Box trace multi for objects. Yeah. Okay. Return object types. So I should not add this. If there's a building and its area, we're gonna skip it. I think that's where I should do it. Will I need to do it in that other one? I might need to do it in that other one too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Build failed. What e-building type? Area is a fucking building. What do you want from me? What? Oh, oops. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Now they overlap. Shader's a little glitchy. Valid, though. Valid. Welcome in, guys. Loser Gaming. What a name. Okay, so what's gonna happen? Wait, does it do that for all of them now? That's not what's supposed to happen. No, okay, so it just did that. Oh, I think I know why. Yeah, so I do need to ignore it from that other part. I do. If building and I just want this line. Miss me with all that other shit. Wait. No, that's not. Cancel that. That's not what I want. If building. Yeah, no, that is what I want. That is what I want. Still take the basic wood. Okay. Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay, now it's just completely fucking broken. They're probably at 0, 0. Wait, are they? Is this 0, 0? That might be 0, 0. Why would that have broken things? If building, get storage spot for Voxel. Is that the only hit? Get storage spot for Voxel. That's a self-hit, though. That would be a self-hit. We wouldn't return that. Voxel storage trace. Line trace for objects. Trace start, trace end. I do have the area actor itself ignored. If building. Oh, that's the wrong fucking one. Yeah, no wonder. Yep. Yep. That'll do it. Okay, that's back to working. Okay, that one. Okay, so it doesn't, it doesn't want to stack it in the overlaps. And I get that, you know, I get that. So it's just not going to stack it on overlaps, I guess. Interesting. Well, it's gonna return 0, 0. Which where is 0, 0? Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. Where is 0? It is, I'm gonna put my... There you go. So I'm gonna spawn on 0, 0. Okay. there should be a voxel actually at 0, 0. Yeah, so that actually does work. Okay. Yeah, returning 0, 0 here is... It is an issue, so we need to change this. Get storage spot for voxel actually needs an out transform. And then we need to return a bool, right? Because we now just need to handle those differently. So return false here. Return false there. So we're gonna need to change how we use that in blueprints. Get storage spot for voxel. Will be valid voxel storage. F transform storage transform. Pass that in. Storage transform, and then only do that if the valid voxel storage, which it won't be now. So now it'll never work, but at least it'll be consistent. And so why are we getting a... Yeah, I guess I want to ignore those. This is making me think that areas should be just not a building. Writer's autocomplete is actually insane. Don't compare it to IntelliSense. Yeah, Writer's a lot better in Visual Studio. I was just on Odd's stream last night, and he was preaching the good word. The good word of the writer superiority. The Giga Chad writer developer versus the virgin Visual Studio user. Okay, so yeah, I really just want to ignore those, but like that would mean I would need to do a multi-line trace, which would change things a bit. So this is get interact action. This is giving me like the slot to frickin' do a thing from. I guess I need to like branch here as well. Never use Writer. You should try it. It's free for non-commercial use. Now this just goes to the nearest one. It's actually kind of cool that that just fucking works nicely. It is interesting which one it picks, though. It's the one that was first here. Yeah, overlapping storage spots are going to be weird. Yeah, you probably don't want to do that. You probably don't want to do that. But there could be other things in the way. That we will need to consider as well. Yeah, I'll need to figure out, do a better job of figuring out the validity of these. Like, I cannot actually pick that up now. I could just make it to where you can't have overlapping storage spots. Why don't you prevent them from overlapping? So I think it's a valid use case. Because they're not just for storage. Areas can be used for many things. Construction, chop trees, forage, all. Like you could have an area, a forage area that's in the forest, and you could have a tree chopping area that is in the same forest. Those would likely overlap. But for storage, you probably wouldn't want to have overlapping storage specific areas. So I could just prevent it in that case, but I don't know if that's like a more or less complicated than just resolving the drop and pickup correctly. So I mean, all I really need to do is make sure that there's not multiple things in a spot, and so like each voxel is going to need to make sure that it's unobstructed, other than by like terrain or building. It'll wrap around buildings too, which is actually kind of cool. Okay, good. Thank you. It's technically, if they overlap at the same type, they should behave consistently. Yeah, I'm thinking like that just might be a better, more robust solution, and I don't know that it's that much more work than having to resolve overlapping voxels, but only for the storage case. Like, that just seems like, even just technically, of course, even just technically speaking, it just seems inconsistent. Like, you know, the situations would not be handled consistently, which, you know, I don't like that, just from a programmer standpoint. Oh, am I stuck now? Oh no. Okay. Now if I build up here, let me actually, because I think it'll work for like beds and stuff too. We're gonna throw a dummy bed in the corner. Give me a table and chair. Okay, this is kind of a, I don't like this layout. We'll put a, yeah, I don't like this layout actually. Put it there. Give me a chair. That I apparently can't build. Okay, I can't build the chair for some reason. Yeah, so if I build an area up here, it'll actually like it has wrapped around the whole building now. And around the... Now it should ignore the blueprint buildings. Yeah, so like you can, this can be a storage area, right? So you can actually store there. And I think that did, okay, that okay, so I need to make sure the hit trace is actually in front of me. That's funny. Where the fuck did that one go? It's not in, where the fuck did that, okay, all right. Why did that one go there? That's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of work to do on this system, as you can see. If I just like drop a, just... Why is that happening all the way up there? It's storage spot for Voxel. Yeah, there's some definite issues there. Okay, let me add that to my to-dos. I wanna get to the haul to from stockpile. That's gonna be the next kind of big thing for the colonists. Handle stockpile, storage collisions, storages on buildings, collisions. Like stockpiles on buildings, storage spots collisions. That's gonna be pretty fucking complicated. It's gonna be pretty annoying. But I need to get out of here. So I am happy that we resolved some of the issues here. Is the collision pushing it up in an empty space? Well, it's a line trace, so it's not like... Collision's just based on the line trace. It's not like actually like physically moving the object or anything. I just do a line trace to try and figure out where to put it. So I'll need to figure that out. Also, can't build chairs. Can't build chairs, question mark. Throw that in there. Yeah, we fixed a lot of the stockpile issues. The stockpiles are nice now. Okay, now it's like entirely broken. What? Wait, what the hell did I change that does that? Did this change do that? Okay, regardless, that's a problem for next time. What the hell? Odd. Very odd. That's actually the drop trace. Is it not? Hang on, stop and restart. I think I might have okay, the chair. Well, now we figured out why the chair is broken here. Oh, chair's fixed. No, not local. There's a plugin called Refresh All Nodes. But I mean, there is a Refresh All Nodes here. Is it different than that one? How does it differ from the built-in Refresh All Nodes? Okay, so now I should be able to sit in chairs. Maybe it was just the live coding that like fucked it up. Ah, so the built-in one only does it on the one that I'm in. Okay, now it's fucking working. Yeah, I think. Well, I'll test that later then, for the actual building stuff. I think maybe I compiled something at runtime and it fucked everything up. Oh dear, what is this? Oh, this is the death of me. Okay, so I think that probably fixed it. Little tactical roll. Place it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Let's see who we can raid. Who is doing game dev stuff? Lots of people. Okay, we haven't raided, I think, Cavino in a bit. Let's see if he. Let me see if I can get the live redirect up going here. Cavino, there he is. Yes, yes. Okay, so we're gonna redirect to Cavino on both YouTube and Twitch. Just takes a second to fucking set it up. It's not as easy as Twitch. Here we go. He is enhancing his goo balls. Oh my god, I love Cavino and his goo balls. There's so much goo in his balls. You know what I mean? It's just I love a good ball full of goo. So thank you all for hanging out with me. Have a nice day, Drunk. You too. Everyone have a nice day. And say hello to Cavino for me.